Welcome back to Emiliano Parfum. Today we got a release from Polo from 2023. We've got Polo Red Parfum. So we got Polo Red Parfum. We got the sample. Again, it's 2023. And so I gave this a wear twice. So it's almost out at the very bottom. And initially I sprayed this on. I was expecting it to be a similarly performing fragrance to the Rouse Club Parfum that I put up, which it wasn't very long lasting or much projection. And in terms of the projection, I was right. It wasn't there, but I'll get into that in a bit. So I just want to start off with the notes. On the paper tab, this is described as a woody, ambery kind of fragrance. And I didn't really get that. I got citrus at the top, very citrus heavy, and it didn't change much from there. It was really more, I want to say it stayed in like the realm of an apple. And that could be because it's red, so my mind is playing tricks on me, but I didn't get like bergamot or pepper or blood orange or whatever else they say they have. It's not boozy either, and I know it's supposed to have absinthe. And if it's the absinthe that I believe that it is, which is the drink, it doesn't smell like any kind of alcohol anyway either. It stays in like this red apple kind of scent, like the way Versace Eros has an apple, hints of apple there. It smells like that, but without the vanilla. So yeah, over time it didn't really change much from there. It just, from the bit of the citrus at the beginning, it just went to apple. And not apple like the inside of the apple, but like an apple skin, which it was nice. It was cool. I enjoyed it. But unfortunately, it wasn't actually projecting at all. So there's that. So projection, nah, bad. But the longevity was decent, especially for the atomizer from one of these sample bottles. You know, I sprayed it maybe 4 times on my wrist, and it did last quite some time. I want to say maybe 5 hours off of this one, which is pretty good, because if you notice how they come out in terms of the difference between the regular bottle and these kind of things, maybe like half actually comes out. So that's why maybe giving it a couple extra sprays from this bottle is helpful to know what the actual performance is going to be like. So with that being said, that leads me to believe that the actual performance of this fragrance in terms of the longevity would be really good. And online, that's the consensus as well from what I've been looking at on the Fragrance for Granica website. So there's that. Weather, it's not a very specific fragrance. It's actually quite versatile smelling, but combined with the projection, I think for it to have the right amount of versatility, like any other fragrance, you know, you're gonna have to spray accordingly to the weather. But versatility in terms of occasion, pretty much you can pull it off. And anything that isn't something too formal. It has more of like a casual setting kind of fragrance, but not specific to some kind of activity. So just nothing too formal, and I think this will do pretty good. Now, if you're to consider getting this, I wouldn't personally recommend it, only because there's so many other fragrances that can go along the lines of what this goes for. Meaning the scent type, the kind of appley or like fresh, sweet kind of smell. There's other ones that you could get that would do you better in terms of how long it's gonna last and will people actually be able to smell it without you having to go with like half the bottle. That's an exaggeration, of course, but you know, without having to spray so much on, just getting such a minimal effect. So there's other fragrances you can go with that have that sort of similar apple, sweet, multi-weather kind of fragrance. I mean, for one, the Eros one, the original one, is a good one. Or another citrusy kind of fragrance like that is probably even Polo Blue. I think Polo Blue would perform better. At least in my experience, it at least projects a bit more than this one did. So you could also go with Polo Blue. Or even you could go for like an Armaf fragrance, which they're also good, and they also have that citrusiness. But you can rely that they're going to be on your skin for a bit longer. And I'm only saying that because of the price. Now, if this was priced down, rather than I think the $90+ you could get it for, if you could get it for around 60 or 40, then it'd be worth it. But at the price point that it's offered currently, no, I wouldn't recommend anyone get this. So it is a pleasant smell, but like my opinion is built on not only the smell but also the performance. And so no, I don't think it's something that it's worth trying to find. So nah, don't go for it. So that's all. I hope you have a nice day, and thanks for watching.